One. Welcome to the roundtable. We our podcast official third time of trying to get this done right. Ready, gentlemen?
Attempt number three of the round table just the round table. We got our lead main character syndrome number one, the clue. We got
Right.
commander in chief of waifu operations. Somebody wants to 100. We got our black ops, our special forces unit, Valhalla, and then I'm just here. Not even the temp. I'm just here. So we have a couple of topics today. Not to worry. It's not going to be anything too crazy. Nothing political.
We don't do political
Just straight
here.
up stuff for nerds and gamers and otakus alike. Starting with, why the heck did the Summerfest people decided to bait me into thinking we're getting a Deadpool video game when they decided to make a freaking VR game?
Yeah, yeah,
That was.
yeah.
I was.
Instead of being
Game
voiced
Fest
by
this
Neil Patrick Harris.
Game Fest this year sucks. All right, let's keep this in order. We're gonna let because this is more of our Lux's topic. Go for it. How do you want? Okay? Is everybody good with saying their real name, or you want to use our code names?
I have too many ops. So I'm staying anonymous.
Lux wants to go anonymous. We will respect his wishes on that. All right, Lux, you go first.
Specifically because I have too many ops.
You go first. This is your.
Right.
So,
All right. Topic: Summerfest
yeah.
games. A lot of great stuff is coming out,
But you were talking about the Deadpool
and then they had to hit me with the terrible games. Yeah, Deadpool video game. Immediately hyped. Darn near decided to pull an inner Zarbon moment, but I couldn't because they decided to grab me by the Dragon Balls and decided, hey, VR game. So now I know how you Batman Arkham fans feel.
Welcome
Horrible.
to. Yep.
Terrible.
Yep.
Other amazing games that are coming out, I will discuss at a later date when I feel like it. Because
Look.
my opinion does not matter at the moment.
Look.
Because on the upside, we're getting a Marvel fighting game, man. With one of the most popular, in small popular opinion, one of the strongest and coolest Ghost Riders.
Yeah, Robbie Reyes.
Which the clue will then bounce off of. Speaking of on the topic of superheroes.
No, we're
Right?
gonna not bounce to it. We're still talking about Game Fest because I'm still disappointed in Game Fest. You know, and let's not just jump the gun. I'm still disappointed in Game Fest.
Okay. Well, other positive. Before you get into any of the negatives, then here's a positive. Code Vein is getting a sequel game, and I am hyped for that. Because I beat the game, and I want to see what they're doing for the ending.
Can't wait for Code Vein 2. Josh.
Yes, Code Vein 2. This is great. Also, for those that like roguelikes,
Somebody
Moonlighter is also
thoughts?
getting a sequel game.
On Game Fest?
Yeah, on Game Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no. I'm on a blank. I didn't really watch it yet. But
We're also getting some retro games coming out. But the people that watch this thing, they're cool. They know what video games are. They're things that make people happy.
I'm personally disappointed in Game
Racing,
Fest. Still no news about Kingdom Hearts 4.
man, They're keeping it under lock and key. Oh yeah, Resident Evil's new game.
Almost not at all. Just
Yeah, that's
Resident.
kind of it. I think
Honestly,
yes,
I'm
there's also some stuff with the midsummer game showcase. There's a couple of things coming out soon. But not a lot of them. I'm really into right now. Uh, Probably because I don't really see them as like something I'll jump the gun or maybe the Sonic racing game just for the heck of it. Uh, Definitely staying away from Fractured Blooms because that I'm not a good I don't do well with horror games, but for those that like the horror franchise, but they described it as a Doki Doki Literature Club and Silent Hill. So take that with a grain of salt. Any other
let
games
it
from
know.
Summerfest y'all were displeased about?
Yes, dude.
Except for somebody once who sits there twiddling his thumbs in the multiverse.
I mean, I also haven't watched it, so.
You haven't watched what?
All right, so that's two people that I get to look at, that I get to point and laugh at from
About
a safe
what?
distance
About I did not hear.
about not seeing the Summer Game Fest.
Honestly, I saw everything. I was like very hoping to see something about Kingdom Hearts 4. That it's almost been. I, I feel like this is with the fact that the mobile game got canceled and everything. And the only game I thought we'll get something during Game Fest.
Let's get them some Latin American games too. So I guess they're trying to really touch into the culture of games.
I'm just honestly, I think Game Fest overall was a 6 out of 10 for me. What would you? I know with Valhalla and somebody 2000 haven't yet, so can't ask them. What's your thoughts? Your thoughts on it, Lux?
I'm glad that there are games that are coming out that aren't heavily uh, butchered by corpo nonsense.
Understood.
And heck, as as more stuff comes out, and well, because we could technically catch another live stream that comes out on the 12th, and then give out more information and opinions. Uh,
No, that's
I,
right.
for one, am just glad that we're getting more games and more availabilities.
Uh,
Resident Evil and all that. Totally am not a computer generated voice. Let's go.
all right.
So, Clue, what else do you have on your itinerary where you're
We
the organizer here? And I'm just
are. We're gonna now pivot to the state of Yu-Gi-Oh. So I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to bring this up because though Lux has gracefully and understandably retired from Yu-Gi-Oh for the reason being expensive and it
bull
always
crap.
and he just wants every
Bull
time
crap rulings, bull crap turn orders. Nothing is sacred. I can't do anything without someone saying, in response,
Yep.
I mean, the
upon
game has been
summoning.
like that for a while.
Yeah, so when your own friends hit you with it, you're not allowed to do anything until I say you could,
Well, my
even if
whole
it's on my own turn. There is no such thing as a turn in that game nowadays. It's just full on effect, chain link, chain link, chain link, chain link, negate, 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 negate. Now with
That's
my
why you gotta go first.
omnipresent, man, I remember going second gave you an advantage. Now everything's a
No.
lie.
Why would you think that?
Because back when I played the game, I get to draw a card while my opponent only had 4 cards in hand like a dork. And all they did was set one card and set a card face down. That was the only thing that scared me. Now I'm
Okay,
afraid of things called hand traps and omnia gates.
there's two things about that, right? So the rule change where only the second player draws happened in 2014,
16?
I believe,
No, 20.
with the introduction of pendulums. The second thing is, even prior to that, like, T setting is like really old. That's like probably 2004 to 2008 mentality.
He's told me to go.
The fact that it's called T setting, it hurts me now.
Well, I mean, it's because it makes the shape of a T when you set a monster and you set a trap. And like that's
right, because you guys are the type that use the center thing, center monster zone, center trap, and spell zone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that for the life of me.
So that's a really old strategy by like any standard, and even then going first was still optimal. The rule change to not draw going first did not change the power level of going first.
It never really did. It just reduced the amount of cards you're starting the game with. Honestly, but that's not even the argument. The thing I want to discuss about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh. It was just it's like as we get older, as we're doing stuff, it's been kind of confirmed that if we want to continue to play Yu-Gi-Oh, Master Duel might be the cheapest way of playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Also, you mentioned 4 cards, and technically at no point did people start with 4 cards. It was either 5 or 6.
99% of the day.
Unless my opponent decided not to set a card that's their starting turn, 90% of the time they usually only have 4 cards in hand. Either they set a monster or they.
But in terms of card advantage, they would still have 5 cards or more if they plussed.
Okay.
Yep.
But,
that's Valhalla, everybody. Making sure that I do not say anything wrong on the internet. Correcting the heck out of me. I'll proceed to put my dunce cap back on. I'll let the Yu-Gi-Oh talk go to you guys. I'll just complain about the effects of these god-awful monsters.
Well, right now...
or Dark Magician support that does not exist.
Right now. My thing is, I have been discussing with somebody 2000 how currently the state of Yu-Gi-Oh is just basically you're either playing Master Duel or you're playing it virtually. If you want, and even if you want to, it's cheaper to play Master Duel than playing cardboard.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's a given.
And honestly, with how they're pricing and everything, and the fact that it is, I'm kind of disappointed. Because if this is gonna be,
you're disappointed in Yu-Gi-Oh? Shocker.
Well, that's the obvious, but I'm kind of disappointed. Look, I understand that we have lived through some horrible formats, especially in the last couple of years.
And you're speaking French. What is this we?
I'm sorry. Everyone
what do you mean
but Luck.
Through? I died.
Well, no one.
I died in one format and never came back.
You chose to play.
I would much rather play Force of Will. Sorry, Valhalla.
I mean, I don't hate the game. It's just
the
company that handled the game handled it really stupidly.
No, I'm apologizing because whenever you bring your cards, I always forget mine. And the worst part about it, I come home and I see them sitting there on the bed like, so where were you? Sitting there guilty like, I went out with my friends. And I forgot them. But the next time we ever hang, I will purposely put them in my new backpack.
Nice.
Are you guys free on Saturday still?
Well,
if somebody doesn't put me to work.
Okay. Because I was like, I haven't seen you guys since like February, I think.
Man, to me it felt like a year. Not gonna lie, Chief.
Look,
haven't seen you
Let's discuss
in
about that
the
later.
new year yet.
We're on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're on the clock. We don't want the great captain over here to be like. Just want to feel. We got to make him feel included.
Hey, it was not your guys' fault. I chose to move. I had to. All right. I don't blame nobody on that.
Listen, you look for greener and greater pastures
But
in the Netherlands.
But that is actually not even why I don't. I was trying because honestly, like I said, I know we have dealt besides Lux because and mind you, it's not like the deck he chose to play was a
perfect
engine.
Flawless? No, it wasn't. It was an entire ride. I'm talking a full-on Camaro. Y'all butchered my vehicle for parts, you scavengers.
I play Heroes. What are you talking about?
I don't want to hear DC Marvel Boy.
When do we think? Are you talking about Phantom Knights? Because I didn't take any of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Only the guilty parties. Valhalla, of course, hasn't done anything wrong yet. As I look at the crows outside the door, and the freaking Madolches, and that stupid Chihuahua. Don't think I've forgotten. And when I said, "Oh, let me try synchro summoning," you denied me an attempt. You said I wasn't even allowed in the freaking passenger seat. You told me to walk.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Valhalla, but he's right. You play Madolches, you play freaking, you play Madolches, and you play Madolches. And actually, dude, I gave you you have to play those other decks when you need to climb. We know it's understandable. Mm-hmm. He plays the big woman as well. If you know, you know.
Huh?
Right,
oh,
Valhalla? No, the big one.
But honestly, even
Wait,
that
Big
isn't.
Mom's in Yu-Gi-Oh now. That's crazy.
No, that would still be Madolche. Whole Cake Island. Madolche Chateau.
You realize he plays a Resident Evil deck. He plays a One Piece Big Mom's deck.
Well, technically, Resident Evil would be Vendred.
No,
because that's like
I'm talking. That's old Resident Evil. This is new Resident Evil.
Ah, gotcha.
So technically you're not wrong, but there's like this. It's just like he said about like how heroes are DC, Marvel, Kamen Rider.
We both have that.
Freaking hero boys.
Hey.
Trying to save the day and all that.
Hey.
Leave heroes alone. Let them have fun.
Now, you don't get to even defend them, Lord of Darkness.
But we were chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard.
Yeah, well, I'm getting my teeth kicked in as poor innocent Phantom Knight.
No, Val.
Everyone's taking my shoes.
You know you're not wrong. Val, you know you're not wrong, Holmes. You remember that episode?
I know.
I was fighting for my life with this freaking obelisk blue. Y'all were being cool. So what?
No, oh my god.
I was trying and
I'm dying because I'm remembering just the freaking episode of season 2 when they were first being the freaking. You just have the one Hispanic dude just keep saying Holmes for like every time he's on the screen.
Yeah.
Typecasting.
I was honestly thinking even more basic than that when we were hanging out on campus playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner, struggling as y'all bullied and trick-shotted me to death with cards.
What are you talking about? The only person who was really murdering everyone was freaking somebody 2000.
Yes, but you guys weren't.
No.
John, remind you, you were first seeing somebody, and he's wearing sunglasses, and you could see his whole hand, and you didn't tell him anything.
We all stopped. It was like someone has to tell him.
I took a picture, showed him, and he kept smiling, thinking he was being smart. After the duel, I didn't say he saw your whole hand, and he's asking me how your sunglasses.
And then when he stopped and realized, oh my God, his face was priceless. I had to leave the room. Oh boy, I had to leave the room.
So
we were lucky it was a friendly duel. And not
this is being mindful. This is being mindful. This is why no one plays poker in sunglasses.
Correct. Well, I think there are some players that do, but yeah.
Yeah, but they make sure their sunglasses isn't reflecting.
Mhm.
And we're talking about this man had like biker sunglasses on, and you can literally see his hands.
Let's not be too descriptive here. What if he shows up one day, ready to run the ones?
I'd be glad. That man beat me in Pokemon. And I'm talking about the freaking sword. This man. Yeah. He was a solid Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not saying he was a bad Yu-Gi-Oh player. We've seen bad Yu-Gi-Oh players, but he was a solid Yu-Gi-Oh player. He was a better Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, I'm only good at like one, maybe two card games, and maybe DC Deck Builder.
DC, look, DC Deck Builder is fun. It's better than Uno because it doesn't ruin friendships.
Okay, here's the thing. It only ruins friendships when you're the one trying to win. You should just let me cause mayhem. Let me hurt you guys.
No. Okay, let's get back onto the topic because let's not get into Uno. That's a whole different story right there.
You're right. Let's get into dominoes.
Didn't one of our friends who shall not be named flip a table over coup? Like literally?
Yes. And to be fair, that was my fault because I kept targeting him too.
Oh, so you were just being the freaking troll in the corner, poking the bear with a stick made of habanero sauce and peppers.
I was winning because he kept fucking up.
But that doesn't mean you kick the bear while he's down. You've seen Tekken. One uppercut and you're donezo. He will juggle you. And
that man flipped the table. We had literally all stopped and we literally had to put him in his place. Even Josh was like, what the fuck? This is how the game goes. You were the weakest link.
Yep. That's why Valhalla over here knows the rules. Know who's playing, so you know which table, and make sure the table is bolted down. And tell them if they flip the table, they have to pay for food for the group.
Oh, we made him pay food.
Compensation.
We did.
Awesome.
We did. You were there. You got some food too.
That just reminds me of that.
I didn't even play the game, and I got food. That was great.
Oh anyway, no, he had to repay for the whole. He had to repay for everyone in the room because he could have got everyone in trouble.
All right. Members of the round table. I'll be right back. I'm being summoned for rations.
Understood.
No, but it just reminded me of that time that we were all at locals, and I was playing with Dolce, and the guy across from me was like, "It does that too," and I'm just like, "Yeah, it's part of the effect." And the dude was giving me a death stare. I'm just like, I
remember that because I was in the other side. I'm like struggling.
Well, yeah, I was there too. I think I was playing some form of deck. I forgot what it was.
Thankfully, I've seen that dude again, like since then, and he's actually a pretty nice guy. Okay. So he might have just been having a bad day.
Could have been. That whole tournament was very competitive.
Anyway,
yeah.
As far as like my thoughts on current Yu-Gi-Mans, I know
I know last time we talked, I said F Blue Eyes, and I still,
I still have that same feeling.
Huh? Oh, why I'm seeing the doctor? Just to have you
Um,
check on this leg.
where's the background conversation coming from?
it's coming from somebody. I'm trying to mute. I'm trying to.
Somebody, can you just mute for a sec? Unless you're gonna chime in. Okay. So I know the last time we talked, this was outside of the podcast. I said F Blue Eyes, but like honestly, if I'm being completely fair to Blue Eyes, it's really more just that they get too frequent support because it's a legacy deck.
No.
The deck itself, the deck on its own, like if you're not including outside stuff, it's pretty fair, right? But then when
Right.
you start adding in Crimson Dragon and you start adding the Primate engine, let me say something. The Primate engine I would have been more okay with if the level 4 didn't keep coming back every single standby phase. You know?
Yeah.
And so does Drill Beam. Drill Beam comes back as long as you have a Primate, I think.
Right.
Or is it a normal monster? I
I
absolutely
think it's normal monster.
despise. It's one of the two, yeah. I absolutely despise that engine and like the deck as a whole. It's probably not even like the best deck of the format. I just really hate it.
No, it's not even the best deck of the format. But like you said, it's just that the fact that that this yet again they get support. Welcome back, Les. It's just that it like honestly we see like look they're apparently giving decks support to try to be competitive in the current format, but then but I'm gonna use heroes as a big example. We get support, but the support does not help us. It's good support,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fix the problem. Does it stop Nibiru? No. Does it stop
That's
freaking? Does it stop any of the Druid worms? No.
that's honestly kind of the thing about modern Yu-Gi-Oh. Or just Yu-Gi-Oh in general. They don't regularly support old decks so that they can keep up. They're just like, here's like a helping of support after 10 years. Oh, great, this will be good for this one format and this one format only. Okay, good luck keeping up now.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get anything for like another 5 years.
Heroes is one of those few decks that
Wow.
get support. Let's not pretend like Hero doesn't get support, but every time we get support, it doesn't fix the problem that we have, and then we lose, and then we get the ban list, and then we lose more cards that help us prevent this stuff. Yes, I didn't think you should be playing Crash Out at 3, but Crash Out at 3 could be a staple in a Hero deck for the reason why it stops Nibiru.
Yeah, of course. That's why I played it at 3. And
right.
I mean,
I played it at 1, so it was never a problem for me.
oh no,
But
Mahala's sighing is strong with this one.
Well,
The level of disappointment is strong.
When it comes to stopping certain hand traps, depending on the combo in which the deck can perform, if they can set themselves up in a way where if Naboo is played on their fifth summon, they can do something about it, then that at least is a way for them to do it.
Yeah, but it's not just Nibiru. It's just the amount of hand traps that people play nowadays is kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, because when I'm playing Madolce, maybe I can play through a hand trap, and that really relies on me having Renaissance. Otherwise, like, I can't even play through one sometimes. Like, one will sometimes put a stop to my whole play, and then you look at a lot of modern decks, and it's like, they can take hand trap after hand trap after hand trap and still have, like, a decent end board.
Yeah, and if they have the right engine that compensates for that allows them to play through certain hand traps. Like I know, while I was at the doctor's office, I overheard y'all talking about the Primate engine, and I said, I do. For me personally, I'm thinking about dabbling into that because I do like the engine and what it provides, especially for golf magicians and blue ones.
Yeah, I mean it makes. I mean, Dark Magician, I would say that it's a little bit harder because you're gonna have other normal summons like Rod, but Blue Eyes absolutely because you can go straight into the link with it.
Yep.
But in terms of like, in terms of, I'll be right back.
Yeah. And I understand what he's saying, coming from with that. But the thing is, it's yes, the primary is going to be obvious. But then, as you said, I don't disagree. Like you see it, and honestly, it's gonna. If you see Rizio, they'll get hit with 1,000 hand trips and still come with an N word that's negating 3 cards.
Mhm.
And it's like, and then I'm over here. I'm playing hero. One Nibiru, my whole turn is done. The whole round, my whole game is done. And then
Yeah.
this is being mindful. Like this is being mindful that then you'll hit a engine that is generically good, like freaking Fiendsmith. Why are you hitting Fiendsmith for? I get you want to not be dealing with rank 6, but they hit the rank 6. Hit the cards that it is. Don't constantly hurt damage it because this engine is good because it's a generic engine and it doesn't overpower a deck. It boosts his deck.
I mean, if I'm being honest, the whatchamacallit, the Fiendsmith engine is not like the worst thing I've ever played against.
Right.
Out of like everything, it's a one-time per turn negation, and like if they can maximize the value by hitting multiple cards, then that's great for them. But otherwise, you know, it's good. Obviously, it's better in the sense of you can add it to whatever else you're doing.
Right. I
But you
agree.
know, yeah.
But then it's like,
Honest,
but then it's like, it's this is something that I will say is like, yes, I would prefer freaking because Fiendsmith isn't annoying because
right.
it's it can
It's honestly pretty fair.
right. It's honestly I think it's been the prettiest. It's just expensive right now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a lot of free advantage, but it's like it's not too much in a way.
right. And I agree. It's like that's my biggest thing. It's like a lot of times that we have it is that where we're looking at Yu-Gi-Oh and we're seeing stuff is like a lot of times we are dealing with people who are we're dealing with decks that's just constantly the same problem, and then we're feeling that it's to the point where we're getting annoyed and stuff like that. And I'm like this, like I say I have to agree with you with the Primites because as much as anything, I don't feel like the Primite engine is it's annoying, but it's to the point. It does only. It's not like it should be a reason for them to get banned. And I know that's not what you're saying, but you're seeing that this is like this is generic support that you didn't expect to be the generic support. Do you disagree?
Well, kind of. Primite. I mean, I'm not gonna like just talk from my feelings on the subject, but I don't immediately want to say Primite stuff should get banned because maybe it doesn't deserve it, but it just does feel a little bit too free a lot of times. Like it keeps coming back every turn. Like if it was not like that, like you just negate it once and now they have to get another one to try to get it again, I would be a little bit more okay with that.
Right.
But that's not how it works. It just keeps coming back every single turn and keeps giving Blue Eyes a free advantage.
But again, this doesn't make Blue Eye the best deck in the format. You get find ways to stop it.
I know,
Where
but it does make them a pain in the ass, though.
oh,
Well, it's
100%.
one of the things that makes them a pain in the ass.
Oh, 100%.
The other thing, in my opinion, would be Crimson Dragon.
Well, that's another
I
card that
really
needs
hate.
to be. That's the card that I believe that should get banned, just because it just reminds me of a format once that we have seen in the past, which I do not want to see returned.
I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, will argue that it's fair because, like, I think the only decks that are probably playing it outside of like heavy synchro decks are like Centurion and Blue Eyes, and they're like, oh, the power level's relatively low, but I don't know.
I
Like
disagree.
somebody,
I
as somebody who enjoys Fabled and to some extent the other synchro decks like Synchron, it just feels kind of insulting because summoning a boss monster like that used to take a lot of effort. Now it doesn't.
it really
So it
doesn't.
kind of just feels like what's the point of even doing any of this anymore? They
Because
just
it would be funny.
they're just putting easy buttons on decks. Like I don't even want to say Nordic because
I'll say
Nordic
Nordic.
needed a lot of help.
I'll say Nordic.
Nordic
You would
honestly
say
needed a
Nordic
lot of help.
Heroes.
I paid for that. I paid for that box. I'm gonna say Nordic.
Yep.
Nordic honestly needed a lot of help, but
Oh, it still needs a lot of help.
I
Let's not even pretend like it doesn't. It still does.
true. But it just felt like a cheap way to fix the archetype to be like, all right, we'll give them all a link monster that lets them summon things easy. All right, that's it. We can wash our hands of it now. Like instead of like really trying to make the main deck cards synergize well.
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. And honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't disagree. I honestly think that for Nordic is one of those decks that needs more support, but it's like they got a link that at least made it a link that
Hmm.
even in it made it somewhat a little bit better.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that's not even the case of why we're having this thing because it's honestly Nordic is one of those that still needs support.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna sit. I'm not gonna sit here like, oh, Nordic doesn't need more support. Nordic needs support.
I know they got like a new one or two like new main deck monsters, and then I think some spells and traps. I
Right.
just haven't actually play tested them to know if they're good or not. I think they've been out for a while now.
Honestly, I just think it's time for. I honestly think it's time for Nordic to get more support. I'm not even Nordic. It's just that when you're looking at support, you're looking for more support than what we've been getting. Honestly,
Hmm.
and like I said, for heroes, it's just been this.
Heroes were blessed because it's a protagonist archetype.
Right, but the fact that the support we have gotten so far has not fixed the problem where it's playable, and honestly,
I mean, it's playable. It's just really vulnerable to hand traps and board breakers.
I wouldn't call it
Yeah.
that is playable. Uh, It can, in the end of the day,
Why
I
do all
think,
brown bags not the same?
like,
What's up?
Oh, uh, nothing. I got my food came in. I was like, why does the brown bag
Oh,
smell the same as all other brown bag delivery foods? Like I'm looking at it, it's like I swore I got Taco Bell, but why does it smell McDonald's?
alright.
So I'm sitting here
I'm
like,
gonna go to the next topic
which?
because
Uh,
before, I'm gonna head to
the,
the
the
next topic.
only
Or do you want
and
the
so
only
for the
final
record,
thing the only final thing I'll say about Yugi Mans is like the
the
game
memes.
just feels like it's progressing at such a pace where even Lab doesn't really feel good anymore. Like I've seen people ranking it as like tier 2, but I don't really feel like that's the case. I don't know if Dominus Impulse, I think it is gonna like make that much of a difference. I gotta craft it, but The deck does not feel great right now, and like I keep feeling like I have to chase the newest deck just to find something that wins more
Yeah.
than like 50% of the time.
I've been playing, like
If
I said,
that.
Master Duel. I've been playing Ubel Fiendsmith,
Mhm.
and you already can see that I like at first is I've played I've been where I when I forgot when I was playing like I've been wanting to play Ubel before on paper, on cardboard. So this is not something like it. This was already known by everybody that I wanted to try to get this as my deck, and it just was at the time for cardboard so expensive. So when I came to Master Duel, I jumped onto it.
Mhm.
So it's
Hey
not,
guys, did you know?
huh?
Did you guys know that Clue wanted to play you Bell?
Leave me
I
alone.
had no clue.
You know, y'all can go. Yeah, just leave me alone. I don't choose these quizzes.
Just the most epic of
Unfortunately.
high fives afterwards. This.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I don't choose to have these quizzes pick protagonists. Okay, I don't try. You see me not try this stuff.
We know you're a GX fanboy.
Uh huh.
You
So am I.
coming from the other GX
You
fanboy.
guys go to the same fan club every day. Y'all meet up right there. Y'all are
We
literally
we dead ass
captain and vice captain of the club.
we were dead ass in the room playing having GX plays in subs while we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're big GX
I wonder if you
fanboys.
guys are a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
That
What's that?
F5D.
We should double check if you guys are fans of the GX era. We'll have that as the next topic for the next episode.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
be fair, I could take it or leave it, but I'm more of a 5Ds guy. But that's just me.
As far as like competitive time period, I would say 5Ds was more interesting. As far as the anime, I would say GX is more interesting.
Agreed. Agreed.
But anyway, as far as the game, closing thoughts, I haven't found anything new that looks interesting. Like they, there's that chase for a new archetype, but then nothing new looks fun enough to want to play. You know?
But Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't about having fun and the friends you make along the way. It's about crushing people's hopes and dreams with the power of denial and floodgates and the all-powerful Omni-Negate beat stick for game.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is about one person at a time having fun. Digimon is about no one having fun.
Hey, 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 hey,
Hmm.
hey, 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 hey,
He's out of
hey.
line, but he's not wrong.
Don't agree with him.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said Yu-Gi-Oh is about one person at a time having fun. I'm having fun because you're not having fun. Digimon's about no one having fun because everybody suffers together.
Exactly, because we all share the same control of turn. If one of you flippers give me even one memory, it's no longer your turn. Unless of course you have an effect that says, "Hey, it's not
It's
your turn
not your
until you
turn
get
yet.
three."
Okay, it's not my fault. Freaking Black War Greymon was that dog.
Well, he's not. He's that reptile.
Viewers, Clue is also a Greymon fanboy.
Uh huh.
If you didn't notice.
It's like he has a sixth sense for protagonist energy.
Can you stop
He
with
said
that?
that he's protag coded.
I don't want that. I don't want that. So stop that. And I play Black War Greymon. He is not protag.
Last time I checked, we all have protagonist cards.
Man,
We do?
I'm just a simple man. Just give me a demon with a motorcycle and I'm all right.
And Gallantmon.
Or Gilmon.
They don't need to know that.
All right, let's
Yes,
head
they do.
to the next topic.
Demon headache, man.
Let's head to the next topic. So the next topic that we have is, and this one is who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this summer's Who's gonna win this summer's box office? The DCU or MCU with the Fantastic Four, or Superman? I'm leaning more Superman as it's getting closer and closer. I do want both to succeed, but right now looking like Superman might beat Fantastic Four.
Well, who's playing Superman? Is Cavill back or no?
No, new guy. I forgot. Let me get the name. But I don't. It's not even the. Honestly, I don't even think you can even say the new guy is the reason why Superman's gonna be better.
Well, in terms of that, the reason why Henry Cavill
David
is
Conduit
not coming
is
back
the
to
new
Superman is because of the biggest reason why because of what you call it, the new head of the DC movies. He also did Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn, yes. Because of him and the moves he's making and being in control of it, he's making a lot of changes. And one of the biggest changes he's making is disassociating himself with the previous DC movies that came out.
Ah, okay.
So he's like, we're not like the rest of them. We are other universe nonsense.
Yes.
Now, because the biggest confusion that makes this now is the connection between the last Suicide Squad movie and his Peacemaker show. Because obviously those bridge between the two.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna look right now. The guy who's playing Superman right now is Dave Cornswit, and I honestly, he does. The thing is, I did like Henry Cavill, and I don't think he played a good Superman. But Dave Cornswit reminds me of Superman not having to be too buff, but he is your Boy Scout. He is the Boy Scout, where it's not going to be too dark. This is supposed to be hope, not him being a god, like it's been for the last couple of years. And that's where I'm more like having more excitement for. But I'm also excited about the Fantastic Four. My only problem with Fantastic Four so far is the fact that okay, I have one concern and one little just annoyance. My big concern about Fantastic Four is that a lot of the trailers have been announcing a lot of stuff, so you're not really going to be surprised with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know that by the time in the movie you're gonna see Franklin Richards already. I'm like, dang. Why did you spoil that? And dang, so more in trailers are just ruining that, and more stuff that comes out about the movie. Where my little annoyance is the act. I don't have a problem with the actor playing Ben Grimm. I have the problem is that he did not try to commit outside of his accent. He has a Chicago accent, and we're talking about a guy from New York, from the boroughs with a Chicago accent for Ben Grimm.
It's a very niche personality, so it's not that easy to get them an actor of that caliber.
Again, I know it's petty. I know it's petty because it's like you're complaining about his voice. But it's like yes, it does annoy me because to a certain degree, not because I want it to annoy me. It's because when you know who Ben Grimm is and you know he's from New York and you're hearing a Chicago accent and like not gonna lie, I'm gonna say it like I'm from New York and I hear this dude having a Chicago accent and I'm like, what the hell? You guys get my point?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a legitimate concern.
It's not a concern. It's an annoyance.
To be honest with you,
it's an annoyance.
What? I don't know who would win, but I know who I'm rooting for. I will be rooting for DC because they need to have a good stretch of movies back to back to really be, for them to make some good money on the movie front. But other than that,
Just
like,
don't be like Lilo and Stitch, and we're all good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
don't be like Lilo and Stitch.
yeah. We don't talk about
And
that
then,
movie.
but with Fantastic Four, I mean, I'm also will I'm also going to again see that with a grain of salt because when it comes to the DC side, my biggest worry is that the actor that's playing uh, the Green Lantern character,
Nathan
his name
Fillion.
escapes me at the moment.
Nathan
Guy
Fillion.
Gardner.
Guy Gardner, thank you, Guy Gardner. I don't see him being a great fit for that Green Lantern specifically. I don't see it.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hello. Is everything? You seem to have any audio problems today.
I know this Spanish was better than mine. What did he say? Laugh?
But I honestly, my thing is, honestly, gonna be honest with you. I honestly
So
think I have no problem with
what
Nathan
then?
Fillion playing Guy Gardner. I think this worry about Nathan Fillion is because you just see him as an old dude.
And he gave you a note.
Can you guys hear me? Oh my god, audio just dropped. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Get, oh my god, I can not do this right now. Finally, okay, guys. Okay, okay. I'm trying to get the audio back.
Can you hear me
I can hear you guys
now?
now. Okay, yeah, my my AirPods just died. I'm telling you right now, audio today. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Well, I can hear you.
Valhalla.
Valhalla is. Oh, he can hear you.
Valhalla has to type.
No, he can hear you. He's trying to figure out how to unmute himself off a PC. Man infiltrated enemy lines to get here.
All right. Yeah. I. So we. I. Audio
Now, what I
problems.
was saying was,
Okay.
for both movies, they might have their own little challenge. For the Superman movie, they got the actor that's going to play Guy Gardner. People
Nathan
see
Fillion.
him as that rookie cop in his in his 40s. Now, when you described him, I was like, oh, that guy. I would love to see
Yeah.
how he.
Valhalla is
That's
gonna
how
be.
I would love to see him act in a role that isn't the whole. Oh, he's that guy trying to do good. Because when you think Guy Gardner, you're thinking this reckless redhead dude that's about to either cause problems, be violent, and get his butt kicked at the same time. I'll get one
But
punched
yet,
by back.
but when the chips are down, he is on your corner. He is your ride and die.
Exactly. Now, because of you stating that, can you see that version of Guy Gardner as this current actor?
Yeah.
Not, I can't specifically because of the energy that's required to show off that side of Guy Gardner. I don't see the actor giving out that much energy
I
to
believe you
show
can if
that
you give it a
properly on
chance.
the screen.
Honestly,
I
But
I
think
I
would
will
have
give
to
him.
disagree with you.
He will have to show me. That's the point I'm bringing. He has to show me. It's like a comedian coming up to me, and I'm in the audience. You're gonna have to make me laugh. You gotta be good. You
well, a
gotta
good
be
thing I'm not
able
a
to
comedian, or else you
convince
might
me.
have, or else you will lose your oxygen.
I I strongly disagree. I really do. Because again, it's guy. I think he can do it. You just gotta be able to see that he has a big range. It's the problem is, do you realize how big his range is?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to disagree. I think Nathan Fillion is gonna play good. Our next topic will be is the state of comic book comics, and this is more for me and Valhalla to really rant about. Let
So
Valhalla
I'll mute
open the
myself and
mic
enjoy my
first.
everything burrito with a side of cheese.
Me and somebody 2000 can rant about because right now, as I've been feeling, and I think somebody 2000 can agree, outside the absolute universe and the new Ultimate Universe for Marvel and DC, comic books have been disappointing.
Like if it's not outside of the main timeline, then it lacks in rank wings in terms of enjoyment. You want to get home.
Because honestly, you know, you have absolute Batman being good, you have absolute Green Lantern being good, you have absolute Flash being good, you have absolute Wonder Woman being good, absolute every absolute comic book I have not had a complaint about.
Not even the Martian Manhunter one.
No,
Hmm.
honestly, no. The Martian Manhunter one is completely fine. Is it my favorite? No, but is it bad? No. Where we just had finished Hush 2 in DC,
Mm.
and without spoiling it, it was not even needed.
Wow.
It was very disappointing.
Are we talking Spider-Man 3 level disappointing, or that fake
Me and
Dragon
somebody
Ball
agreed it was
series
about the
that you
same
told me about?
level as Spider-Man 3 disappointing.
Hmm. Now is it Joker 2 level disappointment?
No, because Spider-Man 3 disappointing is worse than Joker 2 disappointing.
Okay. Hmm.
It, Let me just make this clear. It was not needed. Strongly not needed.
It could have been like a standalone, or just if they didn't publish it, Hush would have been all right.
Hush was already a thing that it was already questionable as it was, but then you add Hush 2 was honestly just not needed.
Hmm.
It was just not needed. It really wasn't needed. You could have gone your whole life without not dealing with Hush 2, and you would have been fine.
I see.
And and they chose to do Hush too. Honestly, somebody, if you can speak, what's do you have anything to add to Hush too?
Yeah, look here. Once I heard about the bad writing decisions that's in that storyline, I just wanted to read it all together. Yeah,
It was just, it's that's one of those situations. It was just not a good storyline.
Wow, that bad.
it's really bad. This is why I was glad to read crossovers like IDW and DC with Sonic the Hedgehog in the Justice League. I was just happy.
That
And you
again,
know
that
what?
was a good
I need
crossover.
this.
Though I
I
don't
need
agree
this.
with that. I don't agree with DC saying that Sonic is faster than Flash. I have accepted it.
Listen, Flash cannot be the absolute speed. That's just how it is sometimes, man. It's like
I've
Saitama.
accepted
He
it.
is
I
the strongest. That is all.
I've accepted it.
I some of the lines that I just find entertaining and funny. They were talking about how fast they are. Homeboy said, "I am speed. I am speed perfected," and then Sonic said, "I am speed personified." This shit was confusing.
Okay, nothing wrong.
And then now, while on YouTube, right? Someone said, "Who will win in a fight between multiple characters?" I didn't really pick an answer, but I was scrolling through the comments, and someone asked a question about speed, and I said, "Oh," and it was Barry Allen, Wally West, Quicksilver, and Sonic. Funny enough, Barry Allen had the most amount of votes at one time,
Hmm.
and I was just laughing. I said, so no one ain't gonna give respect to Wally West. Okay. See whatever the comments. Someone said, Wally West says, isn't he supposed to be the fastest? And then I was just joking around saying, that's cute. Your speed can be measured.
Nah.
He was like a
Honestly,
little trolling joke. And I paid. And I referenced where it was going from. And then
Yeah, and
someone,
start to start a comment war.
and then someone, and then someone saw that and responded to me talking about. He said that to Barry. I said, did he know? Because that flash that little crossover mentioned a character that only Barry knew. Well, not Barry, Wally should know. And that character was was inspired by Sonic. That's why that Flash looked at Sonic at first and said, "Call? Why are you here?" Sonic said, "Nah, I ain't Paul. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog."
like I
I
said,
Wah,
said,
wah,
"Now
wah,
when will
wah.
Barry know of that name?"
You see, everybody, somebody wants is short for somebody wants to start the fight. He's all about starting the smoke. In fact, you could have called him the cook.
more like, more like a discussion.
more
Yeah, a
like
discussion
he
with
ready to
flames
fight
and
everyone and
bullets.
he's gonna be right on it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, like
I
I
don't
said,
know. Says the guy that's like, I'm just gonna accept the fact that they exist. He's not gonna comment on Sonic the Hedgehog and the Flash.
look, the fact that the Flash can go back in time and Sonic has never done that is my whole argument.
Yeah, but that just means the Flash can do is go back in time and stop himself from losing to the race against Sonic.
But here's the funny part, though. Sonic can go back in time, but it shows examples of him doing so.
All right.
I think that's like asking. I guess at that point,
I want to set up.
we can do an episode where we can have the Sonic fans discuss the scaling against the basic heroes in the corner.
All right.
For one, we'll try not to stay neutral and pick the side of the
Somebody,
of the
aka
ID.
is
I'll
Reddit.
join the side of somebody wants because personally, it's kind of hard to not pick the winning side here. But you can make compelling arguments, and with the power of Valhalla, you might be able to assassinate your competitors.
All right.
So I need to be able to stop that.
All right. Luck.
Oh,
Like
sounds like he's already succeeding. Who's dying?
All right. It is time for Reddit time. Are you ready?
Oh, Lord. Oh boy, what's a Reddit time?
So somebody will has a bunch of questions that he sees on Reddit forums that is for superheroes, comic books, Star Wars, or you name it, and we discuss with everyone and decide how it goes through.
Warning: some statements may or may not be cursed. I, for one, will definitely pick the most out of pocket answers unless I take it seriously.
Second warning.
So,
Second warning. We get ready for long arguments because this is why this one will take up. This one usually takes up most of our time. We have spent hours on these
Now,
things doing this. What hours?
also, third and fourth warning: if we stutter or we're trying to keep up with ourselves, be patient. It's going to take us a minute just to figure out how to complete a complete sentence.
Yeah.
now, before we do so, see if y'all can find another tangent. Be right back.
So,
I'm setting everything up for that
who's,
right now.
in your opinion,
And also another warning. Yes, right
what's
now
the worst
I'm not gonna be
superpower
cutting
in?
anything out. So yeah, I'm just y'all gonna just see it transition a certain way. I'll worry about it on
I'll
later
probably do like the
episodes, but
Star Wars transition.
we're trying to get this thing uploaded nowadays, not just have. We do not care, right, gentlemen?
What do you mean we? It's either we do or we don't. There is no try. We will make sure it's edited. Because
You
I
can
know
edit it
one of
then.
us has already messed up the. I don't know how to edit things, man. I'm a caveman. Half the time I'm under a rock like Patrick. You put me in front of technology, I don't know how to edit. I might cut something out and delete the files. So if you need me to mess with the Discord, then I got you. They'll never find the DMs if they're all deleted off the face of the earth.
I hear you.
Because we all know Valhalla out here is already plotting our demise. I've already made fun. Oh, speaking of making fun of Valhalla, I got a question for you. And you can either type it or. So, in my. You're a fan of. You would say you're a fan of Assassin's Creed and the franchise as a semi whole. Would you? What did you say, buddy? A connoisseur of the order. He says, "What's up?" And then he's going to respond. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Valhalla is typing a soliloquy. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish this dragon fruit and Mountain Dew.
Okay, we got that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
And I haven't kept up enough with the more recent games from what I'm hearing and seeing. There's a lot of people gassing up shadows, but in actuality, it's a mid game, not terrible, but
Don't worry, I have it underneath
occupied.
what he's saying, so you don't have to read it all the time.
Hello, congrats on coming back. I Yeah, I love you too.
Oh, these edits are gonna be great. No editing.
Yeah, no editing. Eh, okay, so there goes my statement. So you heard it first. Valhalla's not kept up with the new stuff, but yeah. Well, that never mind. I think he kind of think his typing has answered my question. Never mind that. Oh, I have another one. Hold up. I had a couple of topics here. This is more for like the the terrible weeb questions that I have here.
Terrible weep.
Yeah, I have terrible weeb stuff in my notes here.
You good? I'm just setting up everything.
It's
In this
kind of
video,
old here. They killed off Desmond. Yeah, when you like. Okay, Valhalla liked the older games until they killed off Desmond. And he's still a fan of those. There's still something worth playing until they start the RPG line of gameplay. So that means you liked it all until they started doing stuff like Assassin's Creed Origins and stuff like that.
Well, I think Demon's Blur was just over at that point in time. So we gotta be.
Yeah, I think they went a little too close to the crash grab type deal.
And for any people wondering why there's sports on the field, I like sports. I gotta keep up with my sports.
Yeah,
I do like my
unlike the rest
baseball.
of us, Clue here is one of them all-rounder nerds. He's a
Hey,
sports nerd, comic book nerd, Star Wars nerd,
hey,
anime nerd,
hey.
with a weakness for something that's not a nerd. But if they had the title of nerd on them, he might have folded like a thing of laundry.
Look. Valhalla, it's not my fault. I don't play Magic. I just
Valhalla,
wanted to see some
Valhalla
card
has admitted that yes, this is
the
accurate
Final
for
Fantasy
Clue.
crossover. I'm going to Digimon to see what's the pricing for cards right now. So that's being shown
Yep,
right
because
now.
I don't even know what the latest set is for Digimon. I haven't touched it for a minute,
Newest
probably
set
because
right
I'm
now
here dealing with real life.
is versus monsters.
Oh, so we haven't gotten to anything new yet. I haven't even seen the new stuff yet. Whoop.
I am just looking at prices right now of this current set. Uh,
Other than that, I'm just. Oh, right. This may not pertain to Valhalla, but to the Nintendo owners, what's y'all's opinion on the Switch 2? Getting it or
haven't got
not?
it yet. Probably not gonna get it for a good minute.
I'm giving myself 3 months to save up for it. Starting next in 2 weeks. So the end of this month, I'm going to start the saving process for the Switch 2.
Oh, world conversions not. So I want to see 2.5.
But from the people outside the Royal Knights I've been conversing with, it's the console itself is worth it.
It can't even play Crunchyroll.
Boy, that's because Nintendo hasn't owned Crunchyroll yet. You know darn well if Nintendo could grab Crunchyroll,
Look,
they
I
would,
am right
but
now
they
looking
can't
at this
because
heavy
Crunchyroll
metal
has Disney.
monolith texture card, and I'm like surprised you haven't got been saying like I want it.
Listen,
No, you listen.
no. what happened was the only reason why I'm getting it is so that I can play my games in higher graphics. Because you can play games like Scarlet and Violet on this sucker, and it doesn't mess with and it can spawn more Pokemon than usual. You can play more higher resolution games. In fact, games that usually are beans on microwaves can now be playable, i.e., stuff like Fortnite, if you're one of them peoples.
Alright, so
Or
I know I just sent this and I know you guys can see it, but yeah, I am surprised
Clue
this
has
man has
sent
not
in
been
heavy metal.
been.
Oh,
He's a
heavy metal
big
Dramon!
he's a big Itmon fan. He does not like Beelstarmon, but he loves Beelzemon and
No, no,
Heavy
no.
Meldromon.
It's can listen. I have to update that. I can tolerate BL Starmon for like two reasons, and it's not for the reasons you guys might think.
I'm interested. I gotta hear this now.
Reason one: thanks to BL Starmon, people are starting to wanted to do more research on the Itmon line. Reason two: outside the Royal Knights, I had to do a Digimon themed campaign, and I was the dummy that decided, you know what? What happens if I die in the digital world? Because people don't die in digital world; they just go back home and pretend nothing happened. Nah, fam, I was turned into a digi egg, and I was conflicted
No.
because both me and my Digimon died. So it's like having a shared soul. So in order to, keep my memory and crap, I basically inhabited the Digi-Egg that my partner died in. So one thing led to another. I'm an Itmon with pants. He
Long
went from a
story short,
basic Itmon to
I am
Itmon
about to
X
become
with
another
pants.
card that I know he's gonna want so badly that he's gonna be like, "Stop! This shit is getting too expensive."
But Itmon Itmon, sorry, I might go into a tangent. Itmon, the greatest purple little rookie ever, will always have a soft spot in my heart. So reason two is because a character has to be mentored by a Bielstarmon, so I gotta respect it a little bit more than usual.
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't gone after these two cards yet.
Man, you said you were showing. I only have Heavy Veldramon on the screen right now. I haven't looked at the. Oh, God dang!
Yeah,
Digimon! I can only sell off one of my friends at a time.
me who's just going through TCG Player right now to look at prices.
War Growlmon Ace is looking pretty nice. What is this? Is this an alt art or is it just regular?
Texture.
Yo, you don't be hitting me with no foreign language. Tell it to me straight, Doc.
It's a hard sell. It's like that. It's like that Omnimon, not Omnimon. Freaking Alphamon that I showed you before.
Oh, the extremely rare, extremely expensive one that we
Yeah, it's
almost went
yep, like two
wailing
hundred
for.
bucks.
And
This is both are about 110 to 100 to $110.
I can't go back down the digital rabbit hole with cards. But
Look,
that
I'm
just
over
means
here looking
it's
at
cheaper,
stuff from a
affordable
Digimon deck,
cons.
and no, I'm not a gooner. I just like the concept of the deck.
I like. I'm sorry. Uh, well, that's probably a few $100. Said Valhalla. And now, as Mister,
You
I'm
could
not a
be
gooder,
quiet. If,
Clue
no,
said.
but how we're not doing
Valhalla
this
decides
today.
to stop,
We're not doing
raise
this
his
today.
eyebrow, and puts his monocle on. Hmm. Me is like, you know what? If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Don't lie about it.
I'm we're not doing this today. Keep your high
Yeah,
ground on
that's
that other side. You deal with the high ground on the other side.
nah, Valhalla. You know what you got to do. Put on another monocle and raise the other eyebrow, like I could.
Oh,
Hold
I'm about
on.
to break this man's whole freaking wallet. That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah, because he can't break anything else with his height. Ha.
You know what? Go to hell.
Man, that's my living room. What do you mean?
You forget I was born on Friday the 13th. So what you mean?
Hey.
That is my
That's
round.
I know, but do you want to know what's funny?
How much this? I tell you how much this card costs.
Is that
Mm-hmm.
no?
You want to know how much this card costs?
No. How much is this Alphamon or you can Ace?
Four hundred and
That's
forty-four dollars.
you're,
$444.
you're joking, right?
No.
There's no way they priced it at a triple four.
Oh, trust me.
Like
That's the
telling me
cheapest
I'm
one.
summoning the god of
That's the cheapest
oh,
one, and that one includes shipping. You
oh,
got one for $444 and 44 cents, and they add an
okay.
extra $2 for shipping.
Okay.
Honestly,
So
I think
fun
that's
fact. If
evil.
I decided to I can buy it within 2 weeks if I decide to just exist under a rock after work every day. For 2 weeks straight, I can afford it plus shipping. Heck, I can even afford a pack of sleeves for it.
My
Oh,
question is now, which one do you want more? This Aquaman Arukin or that Switch 2?
so if I survive 4 weeks, no, 5 weeks, because I want a game added to it, because I'm going to transfer all my data, you'd be a total dork about it. Don't you pop up the. Oh, oh no, he. Valhalla, why'd you hit me with the Carfax? It's exact pricing. Near mint foil, because there's nothing that's going to be mint in TCG. Mint doesn't exist unless you're talking
No.
about Mint Mobile, which we're not sponsored by. $444 and 0.43 Oh,
Oh
oh. And there's currently only five as of this recording. There's only five of these things listed, and its effects are shown as effects is shown. Of course, it has the DNA of wait. This is a better or you can
it is.
because I don't have to have the stupid thing and a thing. But no, this
Yes.
does. But it's a blast DNA digital.
Yes.
Oh,
I've been saying I told you need to
oh!
get this.
Wait a minute!
Yeah, you gotta get this card. Just not if you want to pay the 444 for this version of the
No,
card,
no,
then
no,
yes,
no, no.
you
My
need to get the
Digivolve,
card.
one of your opponent's Digimon is 15 minus 15,000 DP until the end of their turn. You just straight up delete a Mon because not a lot of Mons have 15,000
Yep.
DP in Digimon.
Then if
Off
this
rip.
this
Actually,
one
no,
is
no, 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 no,
DNA
because
default,
it happens during the blast, and it's on, and you can Digivolve it via counter. So unless your opponent's Digimon has like 16,000 or something, so you could theoretically cause a heavy counter. Now, if this DNA Digivolution, trash your opponent's top security and recover one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, this is only if it's DNA Digivolution.
right? And then read its all turns effect.
All turns, once per turn. When security stacks are removed from gain 3 memory. So if my opponent, or if I decide to swing at my opponent and as a security stack is removed, either one or the other, gain 3 memory. I could theoretically end someone's turn if they so much as sneezed on my security.
Yes,
And I can continue to pop off if I swing at an opponent and I just trash the security.
yes,
And continue to look at them as the pathetic opponent as they are. Keep in mind, I'm not a threat in Digimon.
yes.
I am about mid tier at
Valhalla is
best.
right.
And see,
Basically,
Clue
on
even
Digivolution, you are literally saying bye, have a good time.
Bye, have a good day type energy, but that's besides the point. This only furthers the thing that I am not a threat in Digimon.
Yes,
I
you are.
admit at
This is
best.
one of your threats. But read the next.
Nope.
Do you see the next card I sent you?
There's more. Is that Beelzebub Blast Mode Ace?
Yeah.
Son of a gun!
So,
Oh, I can afford two of them. Bet.
so as you guys can see, I am literally just trying to break this man's bank just because he
Uh
was here.
huh. Here's the thing: you break my bank, but I'll just look at you and go like, "Well, time for me to collect your debt."
That is also true.
Son of a gun. Meaning, I'll just use your debt to pay me back and get
That's
my
also
cards, and I will
true.
continue to plus. Keep in mind, you're be glad you're my friend, or I should have added interest rates because of this. Because
Do you see the
because
Hitmon
I
though?
helped you out in the worst possible
Honestly,
timings. That's acceptable.
they gotta start. We need to start, man. Look at this Hitmon art too, bro. They really,
Wait, there's Emperor. Oh,
dude. I'm telling you now.
look at my boy. He even had the guns on the side.
That's what I'm saying. They really be feeding.
Wait a minute, but but it's just an alternate art of the on play. If you have Tamer. Oh wait, this is a good BT19, but it's
Yeah.
mm,
Now,
hmm.
now,
Mm.
this is the one that I want, and I will never. That this is the annoying part about my part about being.
Take your time. Let yourself catch up. Take a deep breath.
Just I don't even have to take a deep breath. I'm about to send a picture right now, and you can understand. At
Now keep
least
in mind,
yours was
he said he
affordable.
wasn't. Meanwhile, Valhalla hits me with a. Why are you showing me the prices for this sucker being $444, dude?
No.
Oh,
That's
sorry, wrong
affordable.
image.
Look at that is
Well, trick
affordable.
us.
Look at what I just said.
What in the world? A rare foil,
Valhalla, put that
special
picture back.
release
You were not
boost
wrong. That is
of
affordable.
War Greymon is $951, and there are only 6 other places that have it.
Yeah, and that's the cheap. That's again one of the cheapest ones.
Well, yeah, War Greymon is Bandai's biggest golden boy since.
Valhalla, put back that picture.
I'm so Man, why is he staring me down and
That
being the sauciest Beelzebub blast mode? Look at him.
this
Look at him. Look at him.
yeah, but that's not the same one I just said.
$21. Let's go.
This one's still not a bad one, but this is from the EX2
Wait a
box.
minute. This is the alternate art
From the EX2
of
box.
my usual one. This
Yeah.
Hey, but the X2 one is still pretty good
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
because
just
he's a great he's blast mode,
yeah, I'm
and he just says, "Hey, just wipe out as much as you can and delete once him on the highest." So he's a good boss destroyer.
all right.
And you can basically, when this card is trashed, he's also a good trash effect card.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, and those who do know, Beelzemon's main deck playstyle is you trash cards or mill for those Yu-Gi-Oh players, like you're a Light Sword player, but cooler, and you have a motorcycle. Heck, I could have been a Light Sworn
Okay.
player in a past life.
I
Who
feel
knows?
violated. I feel like you just said that just to say fuck you.
Well, you're not wrong. I am the I am the vice captain of the round table. My entire job is to either A, be on your side, or kick you while you're down. And right now, I've done both.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just looking at cards. I'm almost like, ugh.
If you're looking at cards, speaking of cards, Valhalla. We know we don't talk about Digimon as often, or I don't know if you're still trying to build anything in Digimon. Granted, I think it's because we all just stopped talking about Digimon
We really
because
did.
Digimon and Digimon. But you know, still trying to become the biggest, still trying to become the Opmon deck, also known as D Brigade.
Oh my god.
I'm
Nice.
not wrong.
Not even that.
What
Somehow, Yu-Gi-Oh made a card even cheaper than Digimon. I never thought that
what
was
can be
gonna
cheaper
happen.
than wait? What can be cheaper than 5 cents?
Oh, I know. I'm talking about its newest set, most expensive card.
I'm sorry. Is that how is that legal in America?
Yeah.
Dark Magician Girl in Dark Magician Girl, The Magician's Apprentice, Century Secret Rare, and the cheapest version of itself.
No, that's not the cheapest version. That's the secret
100.
rare. It's cheaper than what than the cards that we want. and
Well,
it's
here's the
actually
thing. The
cheaper for
reason why it's
Mercenary too,
cheaper is
because
because look at the Dark Magician girl. She for the streets.
we're
As
just
I
right
said that
now.
out
We're
loud, I'm
just
sorry
waiting.
for all the Dark Magician girl fans, but she is for the streets.
I would have thought this would have been more, just because of those. You know the type of players we're talking about. Sadly,
Yes, but here's the thing. Despite the power, she's not worth it in most Dark Magician decks because they have so many other cards that they would probably search out. She is a one of at best, a two of if you're a bricky son of a gun, and three of if you're the type of person that makes a
yeah,
60
this is
card
not
Dark
actually for a Dark
Magician
Magician
deck
deck.
and then proceeds to ask, how do I make it faster?
No, this is actually not for a Dark Magician deck. What deck
What?
is this for?
It's for the Millennium deck, says Valhalla.
You can special summon this card by discarding one card, and if you do, this card's name becomes Dark Magician Girl. You can only special. Yep, Shrine Sarcophagus. Yeah, this is actually a dark. Yeah, this is a freaking Millennium deck. Shrine Sarcophagus.
Basically, the Shining Casket, also known as the Forever Box. Why do I have?
Hmm.
I just realized I have Steam.
So do I.
Why do I have Magic the Gathering?
I don't know.
About Millennium deck is the Exodia deck, also known as Shining Sarcophagus, is a small Yugi Legacy deck.
Okay, I thought. Oh, my. So we're both. Right. Uh, okay. Science got the card. Can I specify
Shining
monster effects?
Sarcophagus.
You only you can only use each of the following effects shine sarcophagus once per turn. You can add one card that matches shine sarcophagus to your deck to your hand
Sarcophagus.
instead of shine sarcophagus. If your
I'm going to
opponent
help you
special
get this
summons
word
your
out of your
monster
system, my friend.
from the
It was the
graveyard,
last
except
thing
for
you
now,
do.
except you can discard one spell card, then target those monster and send it to the graveyard. Huh?
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 Uh,
Basically, I sent you guys the picture of the freaking card. It's basically just not good. All right, we're just waiting for somebody
Shining Sarcophagus.
so we can start right in the corner.
The Roaming Reddit Corner, featuring, brought to you in part by Somebody Once, when he gets here.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him. So we're
Keep in
just.
mind, again, I will be saying the most out-of-pocket answers if required.
Uh, surprisingly, we do not play One Piece.
I do have a One Piece deck though.
Or we don't play Disney Lorcana either. To be fair, I personally waiting for that Kingdom Hearts deck to drop to get into the game and then leave.
And that's the only deck he'll play. He'll play, win one, and dip.
Look, okay, so confidence on a reason why he's talking about that is
It's his MO. If
not
he's
my
gonna
MO. That
retire,
is incorrect.
he's gonna
He
whoop
is just
someone and then
mad
dip.
because of there used to be this game called
Still exists. We just don't play it. Vanguard,
I forgot the name
the
of it.
game that got me back into card games,
Card Fight Vanguard. Yeah.
or Vanguard for short. You
Card
know, the
Fight
game
Vanguard.
before the
I
weird version called
he
Buddy Fight.
yeah, he was playing
Hold up, we gotta put our hats in respect for Valhalla, for he misses G format. and he sorta misses V format. Keyword sorta.
Second silence. Okay, so he was playing a updated version of of Dragon Lords, where I was just playing a
Hey, hey, hey,
waterfall
hey,
version
hey! You
because
put
I
some
couldn't go
respect
with
on the
two
name.
decks.
It's not called Dragon Lords. It's called the Dragonic Overlord deck. You
Dragon
put some
Lord,
respect on the.
because I
You
fucking
know,
beat your
when
ass
I
either
see
way.
you again,
It
the
was
first thing I'm
Dragonic
gonna
Overlords.
do
He's not
is
wrong.
hit you with a German suplex and then backhand you.
Okay,
Half pint Kratos.
fuck you. I will slap you with a chancleta.
I'll survive. I've been hit by one earlier this week.
No, I'll let my grandmother throw it at your head.
Do not make me have to square up with your granny. Don't make me square up with your
He
nana.
dead. What are you talking about?
Don't make me have to. My statement still stands.
Okay, back to what I was saying. We were doing a little fight
hmm This retired veteran who decided to whoop me with the oldest trick in the book,
with a
which was waterfall or game.
I I it was a big it was you.
Budget
Wow.
ass structure deck son of a gun.
You had all the updated cards. It's not my fault. I was the better player.
I never. You heard it here first, guys. He's the better player. I'm not a threat. He's the better player.
In that card, I
I
was
kicked his teeth in, however.
yeah, so Valhalla with the popcorn.
Wahala, hand me, Wahala, hand me the butter. Hand me the butter. I need to beat this man to death.
The butter sock.
Yep. Hand me the butter. Unmelted. You know what? The one in the back of the freezer that everyone forgets about. The one that you know is going to
So
turn
I
into a
beat
creature and walk out on its own.
so he wanted a rematch. I went to class and he was like, I want that rematch. I handed him my deck like I'm retired and went to class.
And to this day,
So when he
I'm
versus
going to
me in
beat him to
Master
death.
Duel,
Master Duel. But one of the last times I played Yu-Gi-Oh,
he was playing
I
Phantom
built
Knights.
budget
He freaking
for the first time in my 1,000 years of living. I hit him and killed him first turn with the Omega problem of XYZ Rebellion Dragon
yep.
Requiem.
And I'm just laughing. And he's like, yo, I'm retiring peace. I'm
Keep in
like,
mind,
don't leave.
he was using his heroes, and his first turn he popped off everything. So he's standing there, Avengers assembled, with his version of Omni Man. And I'm just like, okay. I played one spell card and proceeded to, how do you say, hit the gas on my
He
Phantom Chariot.
So he did it right back to me, and I'm dead ass. This is why we were dead ass. This is why to this day it's like
You won't go back into
even though
the
I
game?
just
I
trying to
won't
get
go
him
back into the
into
game.
Yu-Gi-Oh so he can just have fun with us and not play it seriously and not he forever officially got
Retired.
that one up. He has officially beaten my ass on that shit. And
And
I
I
was like,
still want my revenge from that tournament, dude.
okay, that's
In
not my fault.
Digimon. It was your fault. You could have
You
just
wanted me
accepted
to
your
play
death.
serious,
You
so I played serious.
you played like a
You were about to beat me.
and you should have accepted your death, Captain.
No, I
You should have
Hades forced
accepted your
you on
demise,
the
you
right
freaking
time. If I didn't
protagonist.
Hades first, you would have been on my ass on
You
that shit.
you hit me
Pause.
with the
No
stupid
Diddy.
turtling effect, Mister. All right, Hades Force. Next turn, Hades Force.
I had a Hades
Ugh.
force you 3 times.
All right, and one more just
Got
because
you,
he
Valhalla.
can. Because you could have three in the deck. Hades Force.
4 in the deck.
Ugh.
I played 3. I had no choice.
Yes, because if you played four in the deck, your deck would brick, and I would have whooped you
Yeah.
and made fun of you for it.
No, you're not gonna even get me on that. You know I had no choice. You
I will get
literally
you on
built
that.
your
Why?
board back
Because
up
no, 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 no,
two
no, no, no,
times.
no, 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 no. I want you to listen here, buddy. I will be on your case for that because I'm the patron saint of pettiness. You think I'm gonna let you rock with that?
Yes,
You
because you know I'm the
turtled
patron
me
saint
in
of
a
gonna kick
card
your
game.
ass and you're gonna think I'm gonna go easy on you.
Exactly. You should have just accepted that fold and just said and you could have just lied and said you let me win.
But you would have been more pissed if you found out that I stopped trying, and then you would have got pissed when you know who you were getting versus next.
Exactly. That's why I say that you are. That's why you got to accept the fact that you're in a lose-lose situation no matter what.
Bro, I didn't. Bro, I got fucking had to deal with fucking freaking Machine Dramon. Fuck Machine Dramon. But that's not even my problem. That you, it's
Well,
the
no, you
fact that
fought a
you, it's the
competitive.
fact
You
that
fought an actual competitive player.
it's the
That's it.
fact that I beaten the guy who got second place, and he outjumped me because I lost in the final round, and I had more
Yeah,
wins than him.
bull crap. Complete bull crap in my own opinion. But you know
And
what?
this is being
It was.
mindful.
It
He
was
shouldn't
it.
have gotten that win because remember he one of those wins because he got into time.
Yes. Like I said, back then the tournament rules and regulations weren't completely finalized yet, and or stuff
It
happens.
was a case tournament.
Yes. So honestly, in my opinion, a case tournament should always be taken with the utmost seriousness, no
And we
matter
didn't
how
like
long and
we
grueling the
didn't
game's
make
going to
bank on that
be.
tournament. Let's not even lie, because we sold a lot of cards.
Yeah, you're able to make some decent profits, but and most of the profits went to funneling our crippling card game addiction. And by crippling, I mean, well, you still have DC Deck Builder and Dominoes. Clue: one of these days we will be playing Dominoes when you come back.
I know.
And
And
I don't care if I
if you
gotta
close the
play
board one more
sober or
time,
non, you are not gonna win.
I'm going. I'm if you close the board one more time, I'm going to cut you off for a beer.
You won't.
I would.
Wouldn't.
I will.
No guts, no glory.
Boy, I would do it.
You won't.
This man closed the board off 3 times when we were playing dominoes.
Would have been four, but you guys were getting antsy about it. And those were about it. I was doing it purposely too.
I know. They were saying, "Stop doing like. Do you have a like?" I literally had to tell the other two people, "No, he's doing this on purpose." Because in
Because that
normal
was all I could
dominoes,
do.
you if you have this big a hand, you already lost the game, and he's already making bank.
Yep. Like my goal is as long as I somehow come out on top of multiple opponents, there's no reason for me to continue running in the same circus with a bunch of the flying monkeys.
I was gonna kill
Y'all
you.
were dancing to my tune for a reason,
I was gonna kill
which
you.
is why I'm not a threat.
Oh, he's a major for that.
When it's sober. Only when
He beat
intoxicated.
people with Itmon before it was good.
And I would have continued if they would have let me continue to pop off. But nah, they
Then
had me
he
play
made an
against someone who
alternate
didn't know what they
version
were
of a
doing.
deck with Itmon because he didn't want to play it the same way everyone else was, and still beating people with the better version of the deck.
Uh-huh. But
Then he wins a
the cards played
tournament
themselves.
with Dragon Link, and that's different from Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Link. And he says he's not a threat,
Digimon Dragon is
and Dragon
scary.
Link wasn't even good yet.
Yep, but it could have been. They just needed another tamer.
Yeah, they did.
And actually, what they would need is either another tamer or a specific card for them. Like how the four heavenly dragons have their own power card that stays on the field for them to burn
But
away to trigger an
when this
effect.
man says he's not a threat, I just look at him like, and the sky isn't blue.
It's not. It's a powdered gray.
Boy, I'm gonna boy. All right, let's see how many. Ooh. With 15 minutes left, I don't think we're gonna be doing Reddit freaking our Reddit at all.
A roaming
Hello.
Reddit circle.
Ah, look who finally arrived.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I was slightly distracted with family drama.
I understand. He ain't holding it against you. We just,
He won't. I will.
well, I won't. We're Valhalla had to jump off real quick. We're just talking about cars right now, nerding out and
Cards,
stuff.
and I'm eating chocolate rice crackers.
And all right, we got 15 minutes to do Reddit. Do you have it ready?
I have a lot of things ready, right?
Yeah, the 15 minutes. We can push it to 20.
We'll,
I
we'll
I
probably
really
just
did.
do
I
it.
really did push. I really did. Ideally, try to push this. Push this for a whole hour.
Yeah. So with that said, just we could do like two questions.
Might have to. So we're definitely going to do more for Reddit stories the
So,
following week.
so here's the first one.
Let's put it into the chat.
All right.
Oh man, you know they don't sell those anymore.
Let's
So,
chat.
right? Well, the only way should be is that bowl. I should have texted you.
You said
I would have given you the money. Wait, I give you the money now, even though you just sat down.
okay. Favorite superhero couple. Ooh.
Uh, hmm.
Batman. Superhero couple. Fuck.
I was gonna say something foul. I'm not gonna lie.
Go for it. Valhalla, welcome back.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna say Batman and Superman just to be weird about it. That's wow. I said that and Valhalla really said, "Nah, I'm not even gonna listen to this nonsense."
Valhalla, you still trying to fix the audio?
Better pick that up.
Did your headphones
So,
officially die now? All right.
favorite superhero couple. You know what? Best superhero couple, in my opinion, would have to be. I forgot their names. You gotta give me a second. I actually
Batgirl
forgot them.
and Nightwing. Gotcha. Valhalla. Well, vacancy you talking.
Well, here's the thing. If I bring up if it depends on DC and Marvel, then there's a whole nother ballpark that I don't even want to.
Well, I'm talking about
Hold up, my phone's dying.
that
All right, I'm back.
that one.
So,
No, because that didn't happen in the comic books. Thank God.
ooh, wait. You know
What didn't
what?
happen?
Wait. Do they both have to be
Batgirl,
superheroes?
Barbara hooking up with
No.
Bruce.
Hmm. So it's just couple with two people with superpowers.
I mean, it doesn't have to be two people with powers. Because the
Oh,
couple I'm about to
it's
say is
okay.
Superman and
Okay, I
Lois
have to
Lane.
make a note more.
But Lois Lane's not a superhero.
She's a survivor of Kryptonian.
Recently, she did become one.
Look, if we're doing that, then I'm gonna say Batman and Catwoman.
That's fair too. Well, Batman is a superhero.
Yeah, but you said it said superheroes, so that's why I didn't say it originally.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
Valhalla
say
it has an
Nightwing and
opinion.
Starfire. Starfire's for the streets.
And the pitch, now don't forget the picture they show on there. Two people without powers.
Yeah. Actually, what I'm talking about, Beast Boy and Raven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's number two.
Wait. Depending on the iteration, Damian Wayne, Robin, and Raven.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
also
third.
this one comic that I can't think of the life of me.
Wait. Okay, for Valhalla, no, that is because of what Bane did. So fuck Bane, fuck freaking Thomas Wayne from freaking Flashpoint, and fuck the writers because we still haven't gotten back Alfred. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Oh, Yeah, one time I mentioned that on Reddit, and then someone said, "What happened to Alfred?" I said, "Till this day, he's been dead for 7 years."
I am so sorry for that, of
Mm.
course. But Bane really did break my heart that day.
Man, Bane is known for the guy that can really break Batman. The one character that can break Batman multiple times and still live.
When trust me, it for every Bat family, when Bane comes to Gotham, it's on spot. They will kick his ass.
On site. Yeah, it is
Hmm.
on site.
Nah, I said it right, on spot. He got on the dock. They're all just gonna jump his ass.
Man, better pray that the one member of the Bat family that works during the day is missing.
No,
Homeboy would be treated like
he's gonna
Public
work
enemy
that night
number
shift.
one.
Homeboy would be treated like KGB with Batman.
Let's not even forget what he
Listen, you
did.
know it's bad when
You
even the
can imagine what they
Joker
did. Imagine
tells you
what
you
you don't
messed
even
up.
understand what they all did to KGBs. Now Bane, that's another story.
Yeah, even the Joker told him you messed up, man.
Yeah, even Joker even kicked his ass.
Quite easily too. Kind of pathetic. He lost to a clown.
No, my whole thing is the fact that even the Joker said you crossed the line.
Yep, and the Joker has done a lot of things that crossed more than just a line.
And he said that to Bane and Thomas fucking Wayne. No sympathy for
Hmm.
them.
Hmm.
Now you guys see understand what we say with this.
I
Why
don't have a
this
favorite.
in an hour?
Here's the thing. I don't have a favorite Marvel couple purely because I think all Marvel couples will eventually break up in the
Cloak and
worst of
Dagger.
ways.
Cloak and Dagger.
Man, they're a
Well,
couple? I thought they were friends.
At a certain point, you question if they're a couple or not. How long they stick together,
listen, we don't
and
need a real
I,
they
I,
them they.
and has never had any and will and never had any
I'll say the Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
No, I
name
have one,
more.
and y'all are never gonna let me live this one down because I just remembered it was a thing. Uh, it was Tony Stark and Emma Frost. That messed
That's
me up for a second.
that's
I'm
vaguely
okay with
news.
that.
Honestly, that's vaguely
I
news.
mean, we heard of worse.
I
True. Wait. Oh wait, no, I don't think she's. I don't think she's in a relationship with anyone.
look. The worst thing that has ever happened in Marvel that is that they did incest.
Uh,
Yes, there are examples in that involved. We don't
no,
want to
no,
talk
oh,
about
oh,
it.
mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
It was
And we definitely don't want to talk about anybody with Mary Jane that's not Peter Parker.
okay. We're gonna let's just keep a little bit. When look, we we can spend a whole episode talking about this. We only have certain amount of time left
Well, I have like 12 minutes left.
because we are.
One more.
Let's go to the next one because if we can't, this one's gonna open. I feel like this one should have been like this was a whole can of worms.
Oh look,
Okay, the next one.
there's
Right?
Clue. There's me.
You have 3 bullets. Who are you shooting first? Can I just shoot one person 3 times?
Actually, hold up. I might have to shoot one person 2 times. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm using all 3 bullets on one person.
Ah, Tucker, we ain't talking Foley. Oh, wait, is that
I got
Griffith in
three
the
people.
corner?
I have 3 people that got to catch a bullet.
No, I only got one out
Wait,
of this whole group. Even though two I can say I really do not give a shit about, and I would shoot them. What this man did to what he did to his daughter is not okay.
all right. So
And his dog.
to state everything, our options are that one chick, I think it was Gabby
Gabby.
from Attack on Titan, Dead Man Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist.
Tucker getting all 3 bullets.
I can't say the name because I just ate some rice crackers. Kurosaki Ichigo from the hit series Bleach. I'm pretty sure that's Griffith holding a leaf in his mouth, the
Yes.
weirdo from one of the greatest
That's
series that ever existed, Berserk. Satoru Gojo from the overly hyped, in my opinion, but still hit me in the emotions, Jujutsu Kaisen. This weird blonde mother trucker that's not Dio or Giorno Giovanni.
no, that is.
You know,
That's Dio.
no,
That is Dio.
that's not Dio.
Oh no, that's the dude who. No, that's the thing of the
That's
other
to do
dude.
with the weird thing about hands and
Right.
touchings
Yeah.
from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. We then have Naruto from Naruto Shippuden, specifically Sage Mode Naruto from Naruto Shippuden. Then we have Danzo, the worst kind of Hokage, the second worst Hokage ever to exist. And then we have Yagami Light from Death Note, or Kid,
Again,
depending on
Tucker
how
getting
you
all three
read
points.
it. Who's getting 3 bullets? We're starting
Tucker
with
getting
Clue.
all three
Who's getting
bullets.
the bullets?
I'm giving Tucker. I'm shooting Tucker with all 3 bullets.
So Clue will not only shoot the body, the soul, but also his
And the Holy
memory
Spirit. Well, that's trying to
out of
protect him.
Mr. Tucker.
I'll make sure
Now, Mr. Somebody Wants, or should we call you Mr. 2000? Who are you bulleting with 3 bullets?
Tucker, Griffin, and Donzel. They all three of them gotta go.
Okay.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. Now, I would understand that you want to put a bullet in Naruto and Ichigo,
What did I do?
but
And what did you do to get shot in the head?
what haven't I done, man? I created Boruto.
What did I do? Then.
You took too long to finish your series.
See, even he's confused. What would he shoot Naruto and Ichigo? And my series ended
Naruto
was the
created
first one to
Boruto, and
end.
Ichigo took too long to
Hell are
finish
you
its
talking about?
series. I created a literal series that took a little too long to pop off,
Look,
and you
Tuck,
took too long to finish your series, and now I have to sit there and rewatch the entirety of it and remove all the fun filler.
honestly, I tell people to watch the fillers if you want to, because Bleach has a big time gap problem.
Also, how come no one from One Piece was on this list?
And
This is
those
not
are the names
fair.
that came up.
They made the most easiest. Like, first off, let's admit Shao Tucker is like a free space in bingo. So we know Clue's going
Also,
to use the
three
fourth
free
bullet on
space.
Tucker. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Think about it like this. No one's going to excuse Tucker for. Tucker's one of them that I know enough to shoot. Naruto and Ichigo, I don't have it. I don't hate even if they're not my favorite series. Maybe I also shoot Danzo or Light, but there might be a bigger a-hole on the list. I just don't know well. Just don't know well. Valhalla, at least you're looking at it objectively. Have you ever watched? Wait, you never read Berserk?
Oh, watched it.
Or just read it. You gotta read it.
Because yes, because he's not gonna eat the book. He's not gonna taste Berserk, my dude. Both
You
ask the
said read.
same
Did I say eat
question.
it or read
No, both ask the same goddamn question.
it?
Four
I'm a.
squares make a thing circle.
All right, look, we all can agree Tucker gets everyone's going to shoot Tucker at the same time.
The worst part about it, despite everything, if I knew what was going to happen, yeah, I would shoot him. If I didn't know what was going to happen, but I find out afterwards, eh,
Still gonna shoot him.
he's still going to die either way. I'd
It's
rather him
his
suffer
daughter
more.
and
Yeah.
his. Let me make this
Firing
clear.
squad is too good
Let me
for.
make this clear. If I
Yep.
ever see if I ever see Full Metal Alchemist in Fortnite, I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be. I know somebody's gonna try to do the fucker talking scene and think they're funny. Then I'm gonna kill them.
Speaking of funny, look at him laughing over there.
All right, Lux, what's your three? Your ending.
Hmm. Uh, Griffith.
Makes sense.
Uh, that blonde dude from JoJo's.
Again, makes sense.
And
Tucker.
hmm.
Oh,
You know what? Light Yagami.
I, I don't, I don't know how. Why would you even do
Not a
that?
big. I'm not a big fan of the God complex. He
So
let
you're
power
saying that
corrupt
Tucker is
him.
okay?
No, no, no. Looking at this objectively,
Objectively, Tucker. What?
I need you to look. I need you to listen to understand why I'm doing this.
Need to do that. What do you mean fair? If I'm
Tucker
gonna fine, then let me
had
use the electric chair on Tucker.
nah.
So
That's a waste of
And somebody used
electricity.
to constantly revive him, so he's in a constant loop of torture.
So put him in a philosopher's stone, and then let Boy handle it.
Honestly,
But in other words,
that's why I
replace
want you to
Envy with
constantly
Tucker,
use
and
the
there you
spell to
go.
constantly revive him. He thinks he finally gets peace. Nope, he gets revived and he's continue being electrocuted over and over and over for eternity.
okay, look here, look
No, no,
here.
no, no.
Even
You are no
Scar
one
had the
defends
right
Tucker.
idea with him.
Not
He
what he
got
did to
to
his daughter
go.
and what he did to that dog.
Well, remember, he started it with his wife, which is why, again, I'd rather not waste the bullet on Tucker.
All right, that's it. I'm going full ass fucking making Joker toxin just for him. Laced
So you're
with
going the extra
venom.
mile. I'm not wasting a bullet that's going to guarantee you take out a person. Like
I'm
Yagami
making a
has
Joker toxin laced with
millions of
venom
body count.
and extremists.
To be
I only
fair,
know half of
to
those
be
things,
fair.
you comic book mad lad.
But
I'm
here's the
going
thing, though.
to torture
If you don't challenge
and continue to
Light
torture.
Yagami at all, or don't give him a reason why you're a problem to him, he won't bother you.
Yeah, basically. Light, if you
Mm-mm.
don't piss off Light, it's like you don't even realize he is Kira. That's my whole thing with that one.
You just pay attention. You just be a
Everyone,
no
please
good
look
normal
here.
civilian, and you mind your own business. You golden.
all right, let's head to the next one.
No, no, no. Before we do, I
Those are
want
the
you all
two.
to look. I want you all to look at Valhalla's response to this statement.
I get where Lux is coming from. Joker Tucker is not a wide scale threat.
And
I don't fucking
besides,
care if they're a threat
Tucker
or
did
not.
all this for the sake of
I
his
just want him
research
to
and so
fucking
that he
be
wouldn't lose his stuff.
omnipotent,
I say
just
that
freaking
small
think he's
man,
gonna get away with this
a
shit.
small fish in a big
But
pond. I'm taking out
but
Moby
you
Huge over there, named
but to
Light
be fair,
Yagami, because he is trying to be both judge, jury, and executioner,
Then why isn't
trying to play
Aizen on
God.
here then?
Because he used an illusion. That's why Tucker's right there. He knew that everyone would objectively look at Tucker.
Don't tell me you're gonna say this is part of his plan, because I will freaking go to New York and slap you with my
It's
freaking
all
keyboard.
according to Keikaku.
Huh?
It's all according to Keikaku.
I'm about to come. I'm about to hit you with my
I'm going
freaking
to pick up
keyboard.
this rice
I'm
cracker
about
that
to
I
hit you.
got in my hand and eat it.
Go send somebody
Ha,
2000
ha,
next one.
ha, 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 ha.
I
I'm
might
sorry,
kill.
that is funny.
Yeah, everyone's laughing. I'm about to go onto a plane with my keyboard,
You hear
go
it,
into knock on
audience?
his
I'm
door,
the
hit him,
funny
and
one.
walk away.
But here's the thing: if you do that, then you're just falling right into my trap because it's all part of my plan.
Fuck you.
What's
Okay. Yeah. Join the team
Hold on one
Titans.
minute.
Join
Let me
join the
see.
Titans.
Everything else is set? Yeah. Alright.
all right? Choose join the Titans or join the Guardians.
Titans.
Titans. Titans. Titans.
Uh,
I don't want to get nowhere near the Invincible universe. You will never say, even as a civilian, you can
You're
mind
not
your own
safe in the
business and you
DC.
die 5 seconds after.
You're more safe in in freaking over there than you are in the DC.
Say that again.
You're more
with
safe
a straight
over
face.
in Invincible Universe than in DC.
All right,
How so?
Let a Vulture
Explain
might
that.
come over and fight him Mark again and see what happens. You
Oh,
die.
my bad. I'm sorry. Let me have to worry about a Ultraman when I have to worry about Zod.
I think I would rather deal with Zod at that
Get out
point.
of my shit, man. You're gonna tell me
I'd rather
now you're
deal with
more scared
Zod,
of freaking Ultraman than you're scared of Zod?
dude. Hear me out.
How often Zod has attacked Superman in the city outside of the movies?
Let's
Not
actually find
often.
out. Let's
And
find
We
out
have a
right
Superman get it
way
now.
to
done.
stop Zod.
Superman get it done. Superman had to beat Zod and get it done.
Also, Clue. How many outs do we have to Zod?
Kryptonite.
All right, and how
We
many
have
outs
that
do
magic.
we have to Viltrumites?
Sound.
Okay, so
Cool.
unless we're
And who
constantly
So
hitting the biggest,
Zod has
unless
and
we're all
so
playing
far, as
mustard in the
AI
loudest
said,
screams.
and the
wait a minute.
Washington
And
Post said that
wait, hold
Zod
on.
has
And
when it has overall cost Metropolis $2 trillion worth of damage.
Don't live in Metropolis.
and don't forget, if you're on the Titans, you have a very low chance of having someone on the team murking everybody else.
I'm telling you
Besides, you're on
right
the
now.
Titans. You know what that means? You're working with at least one or two members of the Wayne family, of the Bat family. I'm already set.
Yeah.
What more can I say?
Again, but let me make this clear. You have. I rather live. I'd rather be part of the Titans because at least I get trained by good people. I'd rather not live. But I'd rather live in freaking Invincible Universe because of two things. You
You
can
don't really
easily
get
beat a
powers.
Ultramite.
You have to
Just
be
that,
smart.
and they're not, and they have damage. They have say damage to the Earth, but it's still less damage than fucking what Zod did.
No, no, no.
Also,
Because
you also have anti-venom, so
in the Invincible universe, a group of a random alien race can hide within your group of people, and if they wanted to, pop off and
So
wipe out
literally, Ultramites are
everybody
your
else there.
best fucking.
If they wanted to. Last time I checked, when that happened in DC, that's not 100% gonna go down like that.
I'm gonna ask you this one question: have you ever read the fuck Invincible comic book?
Yes,
Then you
that's
should
what I'm
already
saying.
know
These
the
things.
fucking answer. No, you would rather live in Invincible Universe than in DC. You read
wait.
DC
There's also
comic book.
another
No, no.
case.
DC metal. DC freaking metal.
Yeah, but you didn't say
Which is
we're
a
DC
very,
metal.
which is not often.
What are you talking about often? They literally in the
That's
last
not a day
decade
to
had
day. That's
seven.
not a day to day.
You what are you
That's not a
talking
day to
about?
day.
What are you
And
talking
even
about?
then, the universe gets fixed afterwards.
What are you talking about?
Also, does that also determine whether we have powers or no powers? Because again,
It
in
just
the
said
DC
what team
universe,
to join
you
you.
have Also, I'd rather work with a team that's actually more competent than the Guardians
Yeah.
Also
because
fair.
they have an immortal that can easily be folded.
And
Everyone else
as he gets
dies.
older, he loses his
They have,
mind.
and
And this
the
was
only
part of the
counter to
original.
the biggest threat is the half breed of the threat. And even
And
then, he's going through a lot of stuff. I am not gonna wait around for this guy to get his act together for my life to live. I'd rather deal with the Titans because guess what? You don't have to be a superpowered being. Either learn how to shoot a bow and arrow, learn some martial arts from some Tibetan monks, learn some magic from some random blonde British dude, or throw away your humanity and put on that golden helmet.
I think I just love in
And
the
or
Tibetan
or
monk reference.
start hitting up with
Just
these
got one
arcane
dude
spells that summon Etrigan.
like got these goddamn Tibetan monks like
oh, and again, and God
or
forbid,
worse,
and if you join the
get
Guardians,
adopted by
God,
some random rich dude named
oh,
Bruce Wayne. You're set for life right there.
and don't forget,
You get to be
when you're
trained
in the
by
Guardians,
Alfred.
and
I
when
want
you're
to be
on the
trained by
Guardians,
Alfred.
you work for the government.
Uh-huh.
when you're on the Guardians, you work underneath a dude that that new army man was lying out of his butt and still kept him and willing to keep secrets from you. Or if he deems you as a threat, put some form of device in your head just because he's afraid of you.
In other words, either way, we're choosing between black Amanda Waller or white Amanda Waller.
No, because Titans don't work with Amanda Waller.
No,
They
but we're
don't.
in the Titans, DC universe. Amanda Waller's still there.
Yeah, and she's in jail right now. Is she
Yep.
Yeah,
also really?
we don't know which can. Okay, if we knew what continuity we'll be in, I'm still picking the Titans.
I'm still taking
Because guess
Titans
what?
either way. I'm not
I
going
would be
to.
stupid
I'm not
enough to
joining it.
shoot a
Who's gonna
Raven.
get? Who can't even fucking? Who strongest person literally helped? Who literally helped? Freaking.
Also, we have a higher chance. Don't forget, there's also a random chance that we could just be chosen
Okay,
by a
let
power
me
ring.
let me just give you. Let me be that devil
I'm
advocate
okay with being a space
for
cop.
the Guardians. At least you could work with Abraham Lincoln.
No thanks.
Who wait a
We
minute?
took him
Who
for.
gets slapped every 5 seconds? I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, no,
Keep
yeah.
in mind,
I said I was
same
said being
Abraham
devil's
Lincoln who
advocate.
had a thing for
I
a.
said I still choose Guardians.
I
Titans.
will still
Let's
look at
go.
him
We have one.
sideways, going
Let's do one more. We should have ended
certified
this about.
immortal,
We should have
certified.
ended this about how many minutes ago? Uh,
So you want to
20 minutes
do
ago.
one more question?
Besides Alden, give it. Besides Clue, given your life's choices and stuff, you will not survive the drama that is the Guardians.
I don't want to. Let's go to the next one.
Exactly. That's why we
This is
know
the last
Clue's
one.
personality. It's not gonna fly well.
I
We're
don't.
gonna need an editor for like the last 20 minutes here.
Yeah,
All right.
we got
I don't
Good
need to
luck.
share it. I'll speak it.
yeah.
If the Joker did not exist in DC Universe, who would be Batman's biggest adversary?
Court of Owls.
No, not good.
Bane.
Yeah, it has to be Bane.
Okay.
Hmm.
See, the Court of
Okay.
Owls would be the ideal, but the problem is they are still kind of brand new. They're only
Hmm.
10 years old.
Okay. All right. I'll give. All right. I'll give it to Bane. However,
It's that or the Penguin.
Nah, I'm giving it to Bane.
wait.
Bane is number
Right.
one.
DC
Penguin's
doesn't have.
number two.
I was gonna say DC doesn't have the cool mob boss type guys
That's the Penguin.
that I would have.
That
Yeah,
yeah.
but I
In
would
terms of
love for
mob
Batman to have
boss,
to deal with Kingpin. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, here's the thing. I've said this already. Kingpin can come into DC and do more damage than the Penguin can do going to Marvel, just
Well,
because they're two
Bane
different
would be folding.
things. The Penguin never ran for
Oh.
mayor. He literally just said he was going to be a villain.
All right, I got a question for you guys
Okay.
as a closing statement. You need, if you had to make your own rogues gallery,
Oh shoot.
okay,
Yes, Valhalla.
from the, oh, he's back. Oh wait, he's not in the call, but he's here.
All right.
If he shows back up, he's gonna have to be ready for this nonsense because if you had to choose five villains to be your rogues gallery, who would they be and how would you rank them? Number one, being your biggest op. Two, being your worst adversary mentally. Three, the only one of them that you can reason with. Four, unhinged. And five, he's just your villain of the week.
Honestly, we should set that up for the start of next week so we can have an ultimate top. That's gonna be
Perfect.
pushing. That's gonna be.
That's gonna be y'all's homework.
All right.
Keep in
Wait
mind,
a minute. So I have a question. Wait a minute. While we have superpowers or no?
Well, Valhalla,
Are we setting?
well,
gotta hear with this
we
Are
can
question
we,
that Lux just did.
are we setting up the Rose Gallery for a hero, or we
for
setting up
yourself.
for myself? So even though I
Yes,
have no powers,
I will give you the caveat. It has to be a power that is reasonably obtained by a normal person or
so a
specifically
lantern ring.
trained.
So a lantern ring.
If that's the only power that you can believe that you can get without like implications of you being Kryptonian or alien or some other third thing, random experimentations, spider bites, any way that could be possible that's not out of the scope of realistic.
Because
Keep
again,
in mind, you
I don't see myself having someone intelligent enough to give me surgery to make me part cyborg. I don't see the possibility of someone being intelligent enough in science to develop some form of animal or insect to bite me and give me powers. I don't see it realistic to someone that is inept that is well involved with magic to get me stuck in a situation.
okay. New plan. I'm gonna send you each a member of the Royal Knights. Okay, you're gonna give them their superpower after they pick their rogues gallery. Well, like say I said Joker, Riddler, Batman. Yes, I said if Batman was my part of my rogues gallery, and then one you said my superpower is basically the power to melt myself into a puddle, full on sky high. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'll roll some
That's
dice. We'll pick. I'll figure out who's going to be who's getting who is going to be blessing the other with a power. That's going to be for the next thing of the Royal Knights. Clue, are you doing the outro or am I making one up on the fly
I'll
again?
make one up fire. When you go, yeah, you wanted to do this.
Me and a real. Alrighty then. Thank you all for watching the Royal Knights with Clue, Valhalla, Somebody Once, and the average man on the planet, Lux. We'll see you guys next time, which will hopefully be what next week or next other week or somewhere within this year until we get that all finalized.
Next week.
Uh, Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for letting us rant. And hopefully, Clue, the editor, who we're going to name Phil, is going to figure this out. Actually, not. His name is Quaker. We've got Quaker as our editor. Cool. So, bye. I'm out.
All right.
peace.